Squelch, 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 squelch.
Welcome back to Squelch, the video game book club. I'm Dano.
I'm Matt at Arms.
And I'm Storm Rage. And we're here to remind you that Final Fantasy VI is a game, and games are supposed to be fun, not world-ending threats caused by clowns.
Indeed.
I
This
mean,
week, we
it is
are
fun.
getting off the floating continent. Next week, I would like you to visit the following locations: Albrook, Tzen, Mobliz, Nikeah, South Figaro, Figaro Castle, Kohlingen, and Darrill's tomb. That will be in the show notes. Just kind of help you all out there so that you can find that. But I would like you to visit those locations. That will make more sense after we finish this episode. Before we get started, Storm Rage, you have an objection? Should we head over to the objection room?
Yes, if you please.
Objection! 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 Objection!
19. It's been consistent for the last few times, and now I am worried that it has in fact been consistent the entire time, and what I thought being different wasn't different, and I just went full loco on this. But that's not important right now. I have an objection.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Dano? My objection. I have two objections, two minor objections. One is an objection I had hoped that I would be able to do. Last week, you guys talked about how you were only able to talk to, one of you was able to talk to 25 guards, the other was able to only talk to 24, and I was very excited to come in and say, I talked to 25 guards. I didn't. So that was more of a hopeful objection that would be done. Didn't happen. Other objection is I appreciated that I felt that my absence was noted, because the moment of silence where I typically make whatever garbly-gook sound I tend to make at that particular intro, I did out loud indeed make while I was listening to it. And then the second time I didn't, and I was like, why was that so silent? And then I remembered it is because I am the soundboard for some of these.
It's a solid objection. Buttons.
Thanks. I am pretty incredible.
Thank.
Hey there, patrons and Twitch subs. Thank you so very much. Your support keeps this podcast ticking. If you want to support the show, head over to twitch.tv/DanoPlay, the O is 0 because I'm cool, or patreon.com/squelch. $5 and above, and you get the podcast tonight. It is recorded through the Patreon feed. If you're just listening, if you give us $1, if you give us $5, we love you all so very much. Thank you for your continued support. It's so much fun getting to do this. I love our dumb video game book club.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
This one's a real page turner.
Time for our cast of characters. First up is Bannon, the leader of the Returners, a secret resistance movement formed against the Gestalian Empire. He has a prey ability that heals the entire party.
We got Celis. She's raised in Gestalian Empire. She received a magical infusion as a child and rose to the rank of a general. She became disillusioned with the Empire, turned traitor after attack on South Figaro. She was rescued from South Figaro by Locke, and she may have betrayed us if you could believe the ravings lunatics of an evil clown.
Who wouldn't? Seems like the smart thing to do. Cyan is a samurai and retainer to the king of Doma, who R.I.P.
Yeah.
Cyan led the defenses against the Gestalian Empire until Kefka poisoned everybody except for Cyan. We don't need to think too much about it. We've talked about it before. It's fine.
Yeah, he just didn't hydrate. Next up is Edgar, the ruler of Figaro, the most technologically advanced nation in the world. Like a very fun technology, though, like very steampunky and not like evil technology like Vector. Figaro and Edgar were allied with the Gestalian Empire, but it was a big double cross, and Edgar was always planning to join the Returners. He is a kind-hearted person and a master engineer, and has very problematic views on women, in which he's like, hey, I just need to hit on you. And it's weird. And it ages poorly. I'm not gonna lie, it ages poorly.
Mm-hmm. We have Gal. He's a feral child who grew up in the Veld. Gal joins herds of pack animals and monsters in the Veld, learning their attacks. Sabin and Cyan earned his trust through the power of beef jerky, and traveled with them, and eventually joined the Returners. I really hope you got all of his abilities this week. I'm just saying.
I didn't.
Yeah, same.
Next up is Locke. He calls himself a treasure hunter. He certainly isn't. He's a common thief, but a good thief, a fun thief, a kind-hearted thief, who also seemingly has a bit of a romantic connection with Celis, as we mentioned earlier.
Sabin is the twin brother of Edgar. He chose to forgo the throne in favor of his freedom. He studied under the master monk Duncan, who is totally dead. He fights with claws and learned the powerful blitz technique.
We got Shadow, a wandering mercenary, ninja, and assassin. He will join the party, but only for a price, or if somebody else hires him to join the party. He never for long. He chooses when he joins and when he leaves, and boy, does that this week. His only allegiance is to himself, and his dog Interceptor. He's also a ninja because he's awesome, and ninjas are awesome. He throws throwing stars. That's all you need to do with Shadow.
That's all you should
Good,
do.
that's all I've been able to do.
No, that's do nothing else, because they ignore like defense. So like just throw the shurikens.
Yeah, seriously.
That's excellent, and explains why sometimes he does more damage than everybody else in the group by a significant margin. Next up, we have Terra, who is a former slave and soldier of the Gestalian Empire, but turns out she's actually the daughter of an Esper and a human, and may very well be the thing that saves this whole ding-dang planet.
Almost certainly. Everything it's happy ending time. General Leo, the top general of the Gestalian Empire, he led the attack on Doma before being summoned back to the capital, which led to Kefka taking control of the siege. Kefka was like, hey, how about instead of like doing this like siege the normal way, we just commit like a genocide? And so he did. And even though Leo led the attack on Doma, Cyan and Sabin believe he is an honorable man.
And we have Kefka. He's an evil clown. That's all. He's just an evil clown. He's a chaos agent. He's the bad guy. Yeah. We know he's the bad guy now, right?
What? No. Well, maybe. We also have Emperor Gestal, who is, believe it or not, an emperor of the Gestalian Empire, and he made peace with us last week. He surely turned a new leaf. Everything's gonna be A-okay. We've got the rainbows on the horizon. Good times are ahead. Peace is in everyone's hearts and minds.
It's true. We talked to 26 soldiers in order for peace to be on everybody's hearts and minds. So, I mean, job done. Mission accomplished.
Just get on the aircraft carrier now.
The war is done. Might there be some conflicts? Sure, but that's not war. Those are entirely different things.
It was just a slight incursion onto the northern continent. Just a little excursion. I just would call it an excursion. Oh.
Yeah, just a jaunt.
Just a jaunt. Just a friendly jaunt. Just Friendly shot that may or may not have involved war crimes.
Just a little bit of a genocide. Just a little bit of a genocide.
Just like the one, and it was totally the other guy, and it wasn't even my fault. So like,
Yeah, it wasn't even like I didn't say you should do it.
It's time for the Final Fantasy VI recap.
I will start us off. We, as a crew, arrive on the island of Thamasa, and we are here looking for espers. They went somewhere, so perhaps they are here. We believe that they are somewhere nearby, not exactly sure where, but this seems like a good place to start. We can explore the town, and everybody in it is generally friendly, but they refuse to answer any of our questions related to magic or espers, and specifically, shove them off as nonsense or impossible. They don't know any magic, they claim, which is particularly interesting because we see them do a bit of magic here and there. So, which one is it? Yes, Dana.
My favorite part of this is when the girl falls and scrapes her knee, and she's like, Mom, cast cure. And the mom sees us, and she's like, no, let's just go home. It's like, why aren't you casting cure?
Whether or not they know magic, we will never know. We meet Strago, who is an older man of some authority within the town, but not the mayor. And we know that he's going to be added to our party soon because we get to name him. Therefore, we will yet another to our menagerie of friends. Strago assures us that there's nothing weird with this town. Don't even stress about it. Well, okay, we decide not to stress and we go to sleep. Strago barges in while we're asleep and tells us that a house is on fire and that his daughter Realm, another named character, which means, believe it or not, going to be in our party here soon, is inside the aforementioned help. Well, we've got to help. Everyone springs into action. Well, except for Shadow, because Shadow is too cool and needs his beauty sleep. I get it, Shadow. Sometimes I, too, do not wish to wake in the middle of the night. But the good news is that Shadow's dog, Interceptor, is cool enough to help. We make our way to the building, and Strago sees no other choice but has to use magic to try to put the flames out. Strago is immediately reprimanded by the other villagers, but then they all realize the dire nature of the situation and all cast magic to try to put out the flames. I don't know why they reprimanded him in the first place when they are so easily swayed into, all right, well, here's magic. But perhaps that's not for me to question. Regardless, the magic they use is not enough. House still on fire. Still things be bad. What do? We're heroes. We run into the house. We make our way to Realm, but are overwhelmed by the fire and soon pass out. And I forgot to put this in, but we don't meet Ultros here, right? We don't meet, that's the next area?
No.
Okay, great, fantastic. I did not forget that. Thankfully, Shadow and Interceptor are here to save the day. Shadow throws a smoke bomb and gets us all out. We wake up at the inn, and Strago tells us that this is actually the island of Magi. After the last war of the Magi, all the Magi were hunted down, so they all banded together on this remote island to avoid detection. But don't forget, we named these characters, so they demand to be on our team. And we say, yes. We let them on our team, and we head to the Esper Caves in search of, well, the Espers. Why didn't we start there? Who's to say? Matt?
So quick note, you are Locke and Terra in this situation. You are kind of locked into just being Locke and Terra at the beginning of this whole thing, because the rest of the party is hanging out with Setzer, I think, trying to rebuild the airship. Is that what's happening?
That sounds right.
Yes. Except for Celis, who is a bad guy now. So she is still with the Empire.
Who's back? She's back with the
Definitely a bad
Empire.
guy.
Yep. Totally a bad guy. We've
All
been
right.
double-crossed.
Yeah, the
All right.
Emperor said, oops, sorry, bad guy, and he wouldn't lie to us.
Nope.
He just had us for a banquet for peace.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So make our way to next section. I get the Esper Caves along. So Realm wants to come along, and being the good grandfather that Strago is, he refuses to let her let her come to the party, and leaves her in town unsupervised. It's totally fine. You know, she's a small girl. She can handle herself.
Yeah, she's totally.
Did we
10.
mention
She's
that?
Fine.
Yeah. And also, Shadow kind of bails on us here because he's got other stuff to go. He's got other stuff to do.
Oh no! But now we have an open party slot. Whatever will we do?
Yeah, I just hope you didn't put too many good things on Shadow because he's gone for a bit. Sorry, you can't get those back for a while. That's such is the game. So we make our way out of town and into the Esper Caves, which wasn't on the map before last night. Strange, weird. Anyway, we get there and we're exploring the caves, and Realm is sneaking around us, just popping in and out of doors at random. It's a theme in this game.
It is a theme in this game.
Yeah. We do some cave exploring, and what's this? Statues of the Warring Triad? Seems pretty interesting. And what's written on them? 3 gods descended from the heavens, fearing one another's power. The gods began a war. These mortals caught amongst their fighting became espers and were forced to fight endlessly as slaves to the gods? That won't come into that. I'm sure that's just a fairy tale, something to tell the kids as they're going to sleep, to put the fear of the Esper, the Warring Triad into them.
Put the fear of the 3 gods in them.
Yeah, nothing important.
Well, everybody has forgotten about them, so obviously not important.
Yeah, until. So we walk away from the gods, and all of a sudden, guess who shows up? Guess who shows up? Ultros.
Yes.
Ultros is here. It's because why not? We need to fight him again. And honestly, this fight's more than anything. We beat up on the octopus for a bit, and eventually Realm shows up, and we get a little tutorial on her sketch ability, which I'm not even going to try to cover because it's bad. Don't even bother using it. Realm's not that great, but we're gonna talk about that later. At least currently she's not that great. I gave her a heal rod, and I use it to bonk on my own party members to heal them. It works.
It's very good.
Yeah. We continue exploring the cave, falling into random holes to find the good loot. Eventually, we stumble our way to find the Espers. They are ready to fight us. They are really upset, but they stop as soon as they notice that Terra is different. Their leader, Yura, calls off the rest of the Espers. He says when they crossed over to this world, they had a huge surge of power, similar to what Terra experienced, and they just could not control it, and they really apologize for destroying Vector. It's just, we came into this world, we got a little power hungry, we destroyed a city, it's, sorry about that. Yeah. Couldn't control themselves, attack Vector, they're apologetic, and agree to follow the party back to Thalmasa and treat with General Leo.
And credits, right?
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Over. Yeah.
Game over, yeah.
We beat Ultros. That's the final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do our rankings.
So the fun part is you get to play as General Leo when you come back to town. You can explore a bit, go around town and, talk to random people and meet, and talk to the Espers a little bit. But eventually, the Leo and the Espers meet and they agree to peace. Everything's taken care of. The war is over. We're ready to rebuild the world. We're ready to, bring Espers and humans back together, peace and harmony. And then Kefka's theme starts to play.
Oh no!
What? No, but Kefka's in jail because he's a bad guy, and the Emperor said that Kefka was a bad guy.
Oh.
And he shows up. He shows up flanked by a couple guards wearing Magitech armor. And by the way, if you go up as Leo and you talk to one of the Magitech guards, you immediately get murdered. That happened to me. It was fun.
Oops.
No, like literally, like Leo, General Leo can't do any damage. So when you eventually do confront Kefka, hold on, where am I? All right, so Kefka orders the city burned to the ground. Leo refuses to allow it, and Leo attacks Kefka. Leo just puts the absolute smackdown on Kefka, tearing Kefka apart with all his wonderful abilities. But it's just an illusion. He mocks Leo and is loyal to the Empire. He goes as far as making an illusion of Emperor Gestal, mocking him even further. Kefka then straight up just murders Leo. Just one move, kills him. The last honorable man in the Empire.
Last honorable man, huh?
Honorable man in the Empire.
Ah,
I'm tired.
honorable man.
It's been a long day.
It's not a mommable man.
I thought he
It's
was
Mother's
a honorable
Day.
man. Is he
Phenomenal man,
honorable or
yeah.
honorable?
Phenomenal man.
Yep.
Phenomenal man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Dano. Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
So the sealed gate opens again. More espers pour out, and Kefka just straight up murders every esper he can see. Picks off their magicite as he dies, laughing and taunting as he commits genocide in the name of his own power. The village is burning. It turns out Kefka really is the bad guy, and the party feels really bad that they brought all the espers here. They brought all the espers here. Kefka murders them. The party just has a real bum out. They played a part in genocide. That seems
They did do a pretty bad. They did do a bad.
Yeah. Party burrows Leo, standing at his grave. They're standing by his grave. Interceptor arrives and he's limping. Realm and the party take care of Interceptor. Locke thinks Shadow is hurt or dead.
He's a ninja. He'll be fine. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
cut to Setzer flying the airship and telling the team that the Imperials are heading to the sealed gate because they found some sort of statues. Strago freaks out, and then cut to Gestal and Kefka. Oh no, they are at the entrance of the sealed gate. What are they going to do? Smash cut back to Terra. She says the Earth is crying out in pain because now she is kind of like Final Fantasy VII and can feel the Earth's pain. So that's cool. And then holy guacamole, the entire continent flies into the air. Really good thing plate tectonics aren't real, or this would have caused a global catastrophe. We see Gestal and Kefka at three obviously magical statues in the form of a triangle. Strago uses his old man eyes, because eyesight gets famously better with age, to see what these two crazy people are doing, and tells us that this must be the warring triad, three gods that fought and almost destroyed the world, but at the last moment stopped and decided to not destroy the world, and instead keep everything in balance by constantly staring at each other and keeping each other's power in check. Phew. It's like I always say, absolute power uncorrupts absolutely. But what
the first time I heard that they stopped their power by just staring at one another, I thought, that's pretty dumb. And then I thought about it more and I was like, no, I'm actually pretty down with that. That's a pretty rad way to be like, look, we're just going to be in a standoff for literally eternity because we know that any one of us could destroy the world, but the other two could take that person down. And I thought it was a pretty cool little piece of mythology.
It's essentially a mutually assured destruction, right? It's just, hey, we both have nukes. So as long as we both have nukes, neither of us can use nukes, because if one of the other uses the nukes, then the other one uses the nukes, and we all die. So essentially what's going on here. Oh, that's fun. So what in the world are these two evil people doing with a warring triad? Well, whatever it is, it must be bad. So let's put a team together of three, and not four, just three. Don't think about it, and stop them. The crew heads towards the floating continent and is attacked by the Imperial Air Force. Only one thing to do: punch the planes to death. While fighting the planes, we see a pink thingamajig floating through the sky. Weird, but we can't bother with that because there are planes to punch. After punching an Air Force to death, the pink thing gets closer and closer, and holy crap, Ultros, the evil purple octopus, just landed on the airship. He says, This is our last fight, and he can't lose this time because he brought his friend Typhon. Typhon is pink. It has two mouths, one facing forward and the other facing backwards. He has scary teeth and one hand. After defeating them, we will certainly never see them again. Matt?
Is Typhon Gigafin from, like, Hearthstone? Is that, like, the colossal warlock thing that ate all the things on the board?
No, because that had a big long tail, right?
I don't think so. I don't
Or
know.
am I thinking
That's
of the shaman one?
You're thinking of Glug. Yeah.
Well.
Anyway.
Okay, so we
Daniel,
punched an
I fear you may be lying to me right now because you mentioned that this is their last fight. I don't think it is. I have a feeling that we're gonna see him at least once more, if not like 10 more times.
Would you like me to tell you?
I'd like it to be a surprise.
Okay, I will let it be a surprise. So, we've punched an Air Force, defeated an evil purple octopus full of quips, and a sneezy pink guy with 2 heads and 1 arm. Certainly, we can safely land now. Oh, wait, what is that? It is an airplane with a face, and a missile launcher, and a laser gun that also have faces. Yikes. So, after dispatching the airship with faces, now it is finally safe to land. What did you guys think of this flight up to the floating continent?
Pretty cool. I was down for it. The first time that I started it, I just didn't know what was going on. I was like, what? Where do I go? Because I can't go anywhere. What's happening? And then eventually it will progress to the boss fight that then the rest of it goes pretty easily. But I thought it was solid.
Mm-hmm.
Any place that I can play the game and not have to worry about missing extras by going the wrong way, big fan. 2 thumbs way up from old Storm Rage.
Any thoughts, Matt?
No, it's just fun, this whole section, and like you have stuff flowing around, and then you just get random battles, and then and then Ultros comes with his buddy, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
we'll just fight you one more time, sure.
In a game full of random nonsense, Typhon truly is randomness nonsensist. It is like, what is happening here? How did the talking purple octopus recurring battle get stranger?
But it did.
It did. I
mean,
love it. This game for it. All right. So looking around the floating continent, it is nothing like it was before it began to float. It is weird, magical, and full of powerful monsters. Good thing we are also weird, magical, and good at killing powerful monsters. Oh, and there's also some sweet loot to find. Before we get started, what is that? It is Shadow. Oh, we wake him up. He tells us that the Empire double-crossed him. What? If you can't trust an evil Empire, who can you trust? Anyway, he says he wants to join the team. Good thing we only brought 3 people because now we have a ninja on our team and no one can stop a ninja. So I was trying to figure out how best to describe the floating continent because it is a truly kind of alien place. And so like it's got like a rock flourish thing going on and then like orbs for treasure chests and then dead ends that open up to not be dead ends and then hills made of like a gray tentacle, I guess. Is that
Yeah.
The best description that I have, or the thing that struck to me, is I was like, oh, this is if a floating rock in the sky that had no vegetation was like 25% infected by the Zerg from StarCraft.
Ooh, nice.
That's like the best description I've got.
Yes, and pre-Zerg, by the way, because this came out before StarCraft. So nice. That is spot on, though. That is actually spot on. Yep. It does have the Zerg gunk on it. I forget what it's called. It's been a few years. So
The creep.
The creep. Nice call. All right. So there are enemies here, and they are all new. We have behemoths that are giant purple monsters, a new kind of hill giant, a devil thing with wings, 4 legs, and no head, and floating skeletons with just a ribcage, spinal column, and a skull. It's kind of great. Oh, and pterodactyls. There are pterodactyls. Matt?
Don't forget about the dragon you can steal the Genji glove from.
The pterodactyls?
No, that's it's just called dragon. It's just a dragon. It's just called a dragon.
You're right. There is just dragon. You're right. Dragon.
I
yes.
did fight that
I forgot
dragon.
about dragon.
Did not care for that fight. That dragon snorted me off the screen too many times.
Yep.
Snort, in case you aren't playing the game, is an ability certain bosses have that if you attack them like with physical abilities, usually they will do a snort ability and then just like knock that player out of the fight. They're not incapacitated or anything. They're just off the screen and waiting for you after the battle is over.
Yeah. Actually, if like the one remaining player gets incapacitated, the battle just ends and you just continue the game. It's not a game over screen. It's so weird.
Well, because the other players are around, they're not dead. They're just snorted away.
Yeah.
So after fighting through this nightmare hellscape, we finally get to a save point and a chance to return to our airship by jumping through a hole in the continent. We choose to soldier on, and then we run into the Ultima weapon. This one is not a sweet magical Jedi sword, but instead a four-legged beast with golden spines on its back, blue horns and claws, and it looks really, really cool. Storm Rage.
Not all of us decided to soldier on. I thought that the game was telling me this is the next point to go to. So I spent like 35 minutes getting to this, and then I jumped down and it was like, would you like to go to the floating continent? And I went, are you kidding me? Thankfully with the remaster, I was able to turn off encounters and I got back to that point pretty quickly.
Oh, nice.
But I imagine that if I was playing it in the non-pixel remaster, oh, I would have been so mad.
So what this is a way to get certain, like, you can like level up but not move along yet. It's an ability to like get these into for like, you can go then to the Veldt and then farm these for different rages. So different stuff like that. So it's an ability. So it's basically is, because a lot of we run into this in certain games, right? Where, okay, this is a point of no return. There's no point of no return here. You can always just return, which I do appreciate, but it needs to be spelled out a little better. I am not saying you're wrong. Back to the Ultima weapon. It also speaks to us. It says its name is Ultima, and it is a power that is ancient and unrivaled. Which great, good for it. It casts flare, tornado, and other cool magic. And are we in trouble? No, we are not, because we kill it with the power of Ninja Star. What'd you guys think of this fight?
I liked it. I was a little, I completed this fight like right before we started recording roughly. So I was a little panicked and just like, get through it. So I didn't analyze it as much as I probably should have, but I thought it was fun.
I found a way to cheese this fight and it was so good.
How'd you cheese it?
Rasp.
Oh,
the
is
spell
it one of those
rasp.
ones where you can like take its MP away and then it dies?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
So Rasp is a spell that will just like, it halves their MP, right, or something like that.
No, it just it does damage, but it does damage to their MP. So it just like, it only does like 300 damage depending on, like, it does, like, Terra when she's transformed does like 600.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like 300 damage, and once once Ultima's MP gets to 0, it dies.
Nice.
It's great.
Nice.
So it also negates any other of his spell attacks, which is even better.
This is what's fun about Final Fantasy VI is there are a lot of like cheese that is baked into the game on purpose that feels like a bug, but is just like as intended. So at this point, Shadow gets all emo and says he has no right to fight at our side, and he leaves the party. We approach Kefka, Gestal, and the Warring Triad. The Emperor uses the power of the statues to disable us, and then Celes approaches him and tells him to stop this madness. Where did she come from? Not totally sure. I'm guessing they brought her along. Do you guys know where she came from?
She was in my party, so I don't know what normally happens. She was just with me.
Can she rejoin the party at this point?
Yeah, she can be in the party at this point, but yeah, she's just part of the party that shows up to the top of the mountain.
Cool. Yeah, because I didn't bring her along, and then all of a sudden there she was. I was like, all right, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you can be here.
So we approach him. Celes approaches the Emperor and tells him to stop this madness. Anyway, Gestalt is like, hey, Celes, stop whining. How about you and Kefka become the Adam and Eve of the new Magitech Empire? That's not weird and problematic at all. Kefka is kind of into this and demands that she kill the others. She walks up to them, raises her arm, and then stabs Kefka instead. He yells at her, how dare you make me bleed my own blood? And then he is pretty much fun. Thank you, Storm Rage, for that laugh. I appreciate it.
I liked it a lot.
At this point, Kefka enters the center of the warring triad and demands the triad to wake up. The Emperor's like, oh, wait, what are you doing there, dum-dum? If you wake them up, you are going to destroy the world that we want to rule. The Emperor tries to stop Kefka by using magic, but since Kefka is inside the magical field of influence of the warring triad, nothing can hit him. Then he kills the Emperor using the warring triad's power. Kefka begins to move the statues around, disturbing their precious balance. Something that will destroy the world. And then who is that from the top rope? It's Shadow! Ba-ba-da-ba. And he moves the statues to trap Kefka. He tells the team to run while he keeps Kefka trapped in their power. As we flee, he says he will find his way back. Cue a 6-minute clock. We have to find our way to the edge of the continent in 6 minutes or we will die. We reach an exit, see the airship below. But what do? Do we run or do we wait? We obviously wait. A ninja told us he will find a way back, and we can't abandon a ninja. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There, a ninja! Shadow made it back in time. Time to run. We jump down to the airship and watch the continents begin to break apart. Holy buckets. The world is actually being destroyed. Watch out, Setzer. Oh no, the airship has been split in half. We crash as the world burns.
And credits. Next week, we're going to be playing Dragon Age Veilguard.
Taste my grilled cheese.
Munch, munch, munch.
First good, Mr. Storm Rage.
I love me a betrayal plot that is both very telegraphed and also gives you just enough that you think, like, there's not a chance that they're being earnest, right? Are they? And then the second that you think, are they, is when the betrayal happens. I thought it was just really well done. Like, the whole banquet setup, the General Leo, you know, he's an honorable guy. You're thinking, all right, everything's fine. Kefka's the bad apple here. And then, yeah, you probably know in the heart of your hearts that this isn't going to work out. It's too easy. But I thought it was really well done. It towed that line between campy, cheesy, and earnest really well. And I thought it was solid. What is our not so good?
My not so good is one, Strago's lore abilities. I can't figure out how to get them. Like, I've tried. I don't know how to get them. And two, Realm just seems just kind of bad. Like, her ability, her sketch ability, doesn't work. I don't know if it works. I guess I haven't really tried. Dan, tell me how I'm wrong.
So Realm's sketch ability is indeed bad. But
Yeah.
What's not bad about Realm is her just raw spell power. So Realm is just a really, really, really good mage. So you just pretend Sketch doesn't exist and then just use her as a mage. And she's great. She's the third best character in the game because of her spell power. And the only reason she's the third best is because Terra's ability and Celes' ability are both better than her. Because she doesn't have ability, essentially, because of Sketch. If it wasn't for Sketch being so bad, she'd probably be the best character in the game because her raw spell power is off the charts. As far as Strago's lore ability, it's hard to learn the lores because there are a lot fewer of them. There's like 10 or 15 of them, maybe 20 of them. And it's really kind of random which ones they are. And the truth of the matter is, don't worry about it. There are like 3 good lores. And you already have one of them. It's Aqua Rake. And the other one you will get in a few weeks. So don't worry about it. Yeah,
All right.
Storm Rage.
There are a total of 26 lores you can learn. and you learn them by watching enemies successfully cast those spells and him surviving the fight, but he cannot learn if he is afflicted with any sort of status condition.
Yeah, that one, by the way, when I learned level 3 Confuse, I learned that the hard way because I was like, because I literally wandered around the Veldt 4 hours waiting to run into the trappers, those 3 ones that cost the cast level 3 Confuse, level 4 Flare, and level 5 Death. And so I was just walking around waiting for them to find. It took me hours to find it. I'm never going to use either of those because they're all so situational, but I just wanted them. So I wandered around forever, got level 5 Death, got level 4 Flare, and then got level 3 Confused. Like, yes, got them all. And then I killed them. Strego was confused at the time because he was, And so we get out of it. He did learn it. So I had to do it all over again with him being 1 level higher. So you can learn them by anyone doing it. So if Gaw has a rage ability that casts it, that will also teach it to him. Realm, if you use her sketch ability on something and that casts it, he'll learn it. All he has to do is see it and survive it. The hard part between like Strego and Gaw is that Gaw can learn everything from anything, right? And Strego only has 26. So, and honestly, it's not worth putting too much thought into it. There's really just a handful you need, and it's fun to learn them. It's fun to have them, but like Aqua Rake is going to get you through a lot of it. That's a really good one. By the time you learn 1,000 needles, which is good, it's too late for it to be any good. There's one with like, it does 1/30th of the amount of steps you've taken, but it costs like almost 100 MP, so not really worth it. And then there's the best ability you will learn in a specific dungeon later. So I would not stress his lore abilities at all.
Right.
It's cool. He's a blue mage, but like they're pretty situational. If you have a guide, they're easy to figure out. It's very, very step by step. It's easy to get them if you have a guide, but without a guide, it's a lot of work. So don't stress it.
All right. What's our best good?
I think the game, I was thinking about it this week, and the story to gameplay ratio of this game is really, really good. Like, I think it does a really good job of weaving in just enough story and then getting you through a dungeon or getting you through some fights or some travel, that kind of stuff. You're not really sitting too long in one part of the game or the other. And I think that's just really, really good game design. Like, you never kind of feel like you are like in like a 3-hour dungeon, or you're just sitting through a whole bunch of like text boxes and stuff. It does a really good job of telling a little bit of story, getting some gameplay in, telling a little bit more story. I think it does a really good job of kind of working through both of them.
He asks each traveler 5 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions.
3, that's a magic number.
I will ask myself 3 questions.
Hey there, Matt. What are you liking so far?
The ultimate Kefka heel turn here. Just in general, it's like, okay, Kefka is the ultimate bad. He's the bad guy. He's the prove it. He destroys the world. He literally destroys the world. That's what he does. He's so bad he destroys the world. It's great. Storm Rage, what are you liking so far?
This is the first time that I've like really engaged with the story. All the other weeks, like there have been fun moments. There have been moments that I've enjoyed, but a lot of it has been like a little bit too campy, too tropey for me to like really truly connect with in my heart about like, this is a great story. And this week it got me a few times, and I thought that there were some really, really fun moments. I thought that the world building was really strong. I thought that this was some of the better world building and like lore drops that we've had in the game so far. And I think this was probably my favorite week of Final Fantasy VI so far. Dano, what are you liking?
I want you to go back to a time of the mid-90s, a time before
games were good.
No, the Dragons books. I just forgot what they were called. Why did I forget what they're called?
Dungeons and Dragons?
The books with the guy who didn't finish the story because he got rich.
Oh, the Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, thank you. I a time before Game of I literally thought about it 1 second ago, and then when I got to talking, I just completely left my brain. A time before Game of Thrones, a time when like stories had happy endings, and so you're a young teen and you're playing this role playing game, and the world ends. It was so cool then, and it is still really really cool. It's just great, like the entire scene, the entire like failing, and then like, you know, like you think, okay, we failed, but we'll be able to stop it. It'll be okay. And then like watching the world just like, it was a really good pixel art. It is beautiful. And then watching it all just kind of crumble and fall apart, and like, and then all of a sudden the airship crashes and it's like, oh, that is amazing. And then next week when it starts, it's like, holy, what a crazy beginning to an act 2. So the world ending, it's really cool. It's really well done. The story is campy, but it also is telling a real story of failure and tragedy and perseverance. It's very cool. Matt, what are you struggling with?
I had trouble with the floating continent in general, just walking around trying to figure out where I needed to go. Like there was a good point in the middle where I was just like, where do I even go? Because there's parts where like the walls just disappear when you get near them, and they don't look like actual. So it's hard to like figure it out on the map. And I realized like this is the point in most playthroughs of this game where I just give up and I'm just done. Because I don't even get to the scene with the warring triad. I just like, it's like, the enemies are really tough up here, and it's a great opportunity to just like level people. Like just go back on the airship, grab another 3 people, and just level them up through here. But like, I don't want to do that. I just want to get through the story. And it's like this is the point in the game where I usually like you said last week, Dan, like that point where you kind of fall off on playthroughs. This is my point where I fall off on playthroughs when I get to the floating continent. But like getting through it, it was worth it. Obviously, it's worth it because you get to the end of Act 1 where the world ends. It's great. Storm Rage, what are you struggling with?
How are there so many characters and I have to level up all of them? Oh, when I finished my first time on the floating continent, because then I came back and before I remembered that I could turn off encounters, I was like, well, I'll swap up the party members so that way I can at least grind. And man, that grind, those first few fights are rough. Even if, because like what I did is I kept Terra in my party both times. I was like, Terra will be able to clear basically anything at this point because I have XP up to 4 times. I'm not really trying or wanting to grind, so Terra's a little over leveled, and I feel pretty confident with that. But then just having them survive the fight, it took so many fights of just like, I hope Terra kills them before all these dudes die in one hit. It's rough, and I am not super stoked about keeping up the XP for however cheaper by the dozen amount of characters that we have in our team.
Hey, Storm Rage.
Yeah.
What if I told you there are more?
No. We're done. We're done with Act 1. There can't be more. That's not how structure works. We've met everybody.
Have we?
I mean, to be fair, we have met one of them already.
I
don't know what that sentence means.
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, Stormage, did you recruit Mog last week? From
no,
last week?
I don't. I had no idea what you guys were talking about last week.
Oh, you might not be able to get
he
one
didn't
of
get
them.
Mog.
Then. Is Mog
Rip.
gone if you don't recruit him?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
bummer.
It goes away
okay.
with the floating. I think it goes away with. It goes away with the World of Ruin. If you don't
okay,
recruit him.
so there's only one left for you then, Storm Rage.
Great.
This is gonna be good. This will be interesting to see how this goes for you. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be interesting. It'll be fun.
I don't like that. I don't like the way that both of you have said that. Because 2 weeks ago, Dano, you assured me that, hey, look, you might miss some things, but there is nothing that is outside of the main content that will detrimentally affect your experience or your ability to fail the game, so long as you do like the multipliers and things of that nature. So if you're telling me that I happened to have done that the week after you told me that, oh, Dano.
I mean, I did think you were gonna go get Mog. To be fair,
Why would I have? I didn't know. I don't know who that is. I have no reference for what you guys were talking about.
okay, that's on me then.
Yeah.
You should be okay. You should be okay because the character you're not getting, like Mog is very good, to be fair. But the character you're not getting is fine, and you probably wouldn't make Mog good anyways because it takes a little bit of extra work to make him good. So
Yeah, that's not me.
you're
Gao
probably
is
going to be
still sitting
fine.
at
Just
his
keep that 4x
defaults.
multiplier on, and you'll be fine.
Great.
I might bump it up here. And
Let me
go
tell
with
you,
everyone here.
it's changed my entire perspective of the game.
Yeah.
Way better.
So Mog is what makes Mog good is he uses a spear. There are two characters that use a spear. And with the spear, you can use the Dragoon Boots and the Dragon Horn to do a lot of damage with a basic attack, essentially. So that's what makes Mog
okay.
good. The other character is silly and fun. We'll talk about him later. Don't worry about it, though.
Great. Dano, what are you struggling with?
Strago's lore ability is sort of not great, especially without a guide. Like we talked about it here a little bit ago. It's fine. It's good. It's fun to get it. But, like, if you don't get it, like, you don't have to get any of them, really. Like, you can basically essentially ignore it and be fine. Matt, what surprised you about the game?
Like we talked about it earlier again, like the amount of baked-in cheese in this game, like the rasp ability, which looks like it absolutely does nothing, but the fact that like it drains MP from enemies, and sometimes enemies die with 0 MP. I love it. It's just great.
Fun.
What surprised you, Stormrage?
I finally like engaged more because a couple weeks ago I had the ×4 AP multiplier on, and I was like, that's enough, I can do the rest. And then I was like, why am I doing why? I don't care about the grind. I don't care about playing this game the most effectively or being good at this game. I just want to experience it. So I jumped everything up to ×4. So I've now officially have money to buy things, which is great, and I am over leveled for the content, which means that I don't feel like I have to be as careful with like my skill selection and things of that nature. Terra finally has all the espers mastered, so I am playing the game certainly not how it was originally intended, but how I want to engage with it, and I think that the amount of changes in the Pixel Remaster to make it more approachable are all so good. I don't know why I didn't just turn them all up to 4 at the very beginning. Dano, what surprised you about the game?
Yeah, same thing as you. So I don't have the 4 times multipliers on all the time as well. But what I have started doing is turning them on when I'm grinding. So if I'm grinding spells, I'm like, well, I could be here 4 times as long, and I will do that because I'm that kind of person. I'll just sit at my desk and then like talk to Sarah and we'll watch TV, and I'll just like have auto battle on and do that. But like I also could just turn 4x XP on and 4x MP on and then, or AP on, and then just do it that way. And so when I'm doing a grind, I just also will turn those on because it's just saving me time at the end of the day. So.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Stormrage, sell a game to a friend.
Finally got it this week. You know what? Nice.
Matt, sell the game to a friend.
The bad guys win.
And for me, did a clown just end the world? That's it for this week. Next week, we see what's up with the end of the world. Make sure you check out the show notes to see what we are doing, where we should go next. We are in more of an open world section, so if I would encourage you, if you are playing the game for fun, to just engage with it. The game does a very good job. If you just go and talk to people, it will tell you what to do. If you are shaking your head right now like Storm Rage is, go ahead, check out the show notes in the description to see the things you should do next week. And then you want to talk about more in detail, Storm Rage. Was there anything specific questions you had about this part? Do you want me to talk about?
Honestly, I figured we'd cover it after the whole outro song, or during the outro song.
Cool. We can definitely do that. So thank you all so much for listening. Thanks to all our Twitch subs and our patrons for patronizing us. You can find the link to our Discord and links to support the podcast in the description of this episode.
And Final Fantasy VI is a game, and games are meant to be fun.
Yeah. And don't forget, if an evil clown tells you how evil he is, maybe trust how evil he is and don't let him end the world. Baby.
This is the end of this show. Everybody bye!
So open world section begins. It's
Can I ask one question at the top?
Yes.
Is it open world from here on out?
Yes. So the game does do a good job of directing you where to go, but it's not like forceful about it, and you kind of can't go wrong. So if because you don't have an airship, you can't like get somewhere where like you aren't supposed to be, because the airship doesn't go boom, right? So where you begin, you are essentially supposed to be, and then you kind of just go and do things like follow the breadcrumbs. And I mean, first of all, the first breadcrumb isn't a breadcrumb; it's a punch in the nose. Like it's so like the first two things, like you can't miss them. And then so things are getting a little bit more wishy-washy, and then you have to kind of fly. You do eventually have to kind of like travel around and kind of like parse things out. But I will just tell you where to go, and if you just go to those places, you will just get the things.
Now, one thing that I have noticed about the walkthrough that I have been using is that it tells me go to this place. It fails to tell me where that place is, and that has driven me crazy.
So the walkthrough that we've been using when you get to Act 2 is not great when it comes to where to go next.
Great.
So if you do want a guide for that, just go to IGN, the IGN Final Fantasy VI guide.
That's the one I've been using, and it is terrible about locations.
So when you get to Act, if you go look at Act 2, the World of Ruin, I went and looked at it today. A World of Ruin, it did seem to give a pretty good place of here, 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 and here. Like it just gave city names of places to go. So I would try that out.
Does it also provide images for where those cities are at? Because anytime it's like, go to this place, and I have no idea where that place is, it's very confusing.
I will give you a map that another guide has. That's really good. That has all the city locations and all the dungeon locations as well. That will help a bunch.
The Pixel Remaster also has a really good map, like that fills in all that information. But I'm not sure if it's filled in
after you get there.
When you get out.
Yeah,
after you get there,
it fills in after you get there. Yep, it doesn't fill in beforehand, so you will have to like get there first. So essentially, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go north, and then you're gonna go east, and then you're gonna go kind of northwest, and then you're gonna go west. But trust me, I'll give you a map. I'll put the map. I'll link that in the description as well, so you have that. And then just follow that map, and that guide has a rough guide as well to where to go and how to do it as well. But if you just go to location to location, you should be fine.
Sweet. I will trust in Dano.
Just like you did this week, and you totally didn't miss anything.
Yep.
You definitely missed my favorite character. All right, that's it. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll talk at you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.